Gambhiryam Mahavishnu Jwalantam Sarvabhutomukha Nishingham Vishanam Bhadram Mrityum Namamyaham Gambhiryam Mahavishnu Jwalantam
Hare Krishna. Welcome to Sri Sri Radha Kalachandji Temple. The next part of the program is between 7 and 8 p.m. Altar is closed for deities to be dressed for night. So at 8 p.m. altar will open again and we can have night darshan of the deities. And now we will have our daily Bhagavad Gita reading and discussion. And we are reading chapter 10. Today's verse is verse number 42 of chapter 10, which is the last verse. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा काला चंजी राधे जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा निताय गौरा हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव. Thank you very much for the transcendental instrument playing and encouraging me. Always blissful, Prabhu. And today we have His Grace Jai Gaurang Prabhu with us, so it was absolutely transcendental. Hare Krishna. Now we'll read from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10. And it is the last verse, verse number 42. So if you would like, any one of you, you can also open that on your phone. It's vedabase.io, and in that click Bhagavad Gita icon, and as you go there you can click on chapter 10 and then click on text 42. Do you like to come here, Prabhu? That's fine, you can still go. Little conversation is always good. Otherwise, essence of Bhagavad Gita goes over because it's conversation between Arjuna and Krishna. And you can take the mic also. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Athva bahunetena kim gyatena tvarjuna vishtabhyahamidam kristam ekamasena sthuto jagatah. Read this again. Athva bahunetena kim gyatena tvarjuna vishtabhyaham idam kristam ekam sena stho jagata. Anyone would like to say it? No. Yes. You want to say the verse? That's okay. The word-to-word translation. Athva, or, bahuna, many, itena, by this kind, kim, what, gyatena, by knowing, tva, yours, Arjuna, O Arjuna, vyasthabhya, pervading, aham, I, idam, this, krishnam, entire, eka, by one, amsena, part, sthitah, am situated, jagat, universe. Translation. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. Purport. By His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Supreme Lord is represented throughout the entire material universes by His entering into all things as the Super Soul. The Lord here tells Arjuna that there is no point in understanding how things exist in their separate opulence and grandeur. He should know that all things are existing due to Krishna's entering them as Super Soul. From Brahman, the most gigantic entity, on down to the smallest ant, all are existing because the Lord has entered each and all and is sustaining them. There is a mission that regularly propounds that worship of any demigods will lead one to the Supreme Personality of Godhead or the Supreme Goal. But the worship of demigods is thoroughly discouraged herein because even the greatest demigod like Brahma and Shiva represents only part of the opulence of the Supreme Lord. He is the origin of everyone born, and no one is greater than Him. He is Asamarodhyavya, which means that no one is superior to Him and that no one is equal to Him. In the Padma Puran, it is said that one who considers the Supreme Lord Krishna in the same category with demigod, be they even be Brahma or Shiva, becomes at once an atheist. If, however, one thoroughly studies the different descriptions of the opulences and expansion of Krishna's energy, then one can understand without any doubt the position of Lord Sri Krishna and fix his mind in the worship of Krishna without deviation. The Lord is all pervading by the expansion of his partial representation, the Supersoul, who enters into everything that is. Pure devotees, therefore, concentrate their mind in Krishna consciousness in full devotional service. Therefore, they are always situated in the transcendental position. Devotional service and worship of Krishna are very clearly indicated in this chapter in verse 8 through 11. That is the way of pure devotional service. How one can attain the highest devotional perfection of association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead has been thoroughly explained in this chapter. Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan, a great Acharya and the disciplic succession from Krishna, concludes his commentary on this chapter by saying, Yach Shakti Lesat Sya Yada Bhavante Atte Ugara Tejasah Yad Amsena Dhritim Vishnum Sa Karo Dasme Richate. From Lord Krishna's potent energy, even the powerful sun gets its power, and by Krishna's partial expansion, the whole world is maintained. Therefore, Lord Krishna is worshipable. Thus end the Bhakti Vedanta purport to the 10th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the matter of the opulence of the Absolute. Hare Krishna. It's a beautiful chapter, the opulence of the Absolute. So let's discuss this a little bit and try to understand how we see this from the perspective of our today's life. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vanchatalpakarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Kaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you all for coming today. And if you're listening online, today is the last verse of chapter 10 that we just read. It's verse number 42. And here in the translation, Srila Prabhupada writes that, but what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. And what is the detailed knowledge that he's questioning here, that what is the need of that? And so if we go back in chapter 10 and previous chapters, and actually entire Bhagavad Gita, which is the question and answer between the mentor and a mentee. Arjun is in a position of learning and trying to clear his doubts that he has. And then he reaches out to Krishna, who was before he started speaking was his friend, and now he approaches him in the mood of Guru, that please guide me as a guide. And in that process, there's a question and answer happening between the Guru and the Shishya, the teacher and the student. Of course, this is a spiritual discussion. And in that process, Krishna and Arjun touches so many questions that touches our life, even in today's time and circumstances. As a part of this question and answers, one of the questions is, Krishna, please tell me your opulences. And so Krishna says at the start of chapter 10 that I have unlimited opulences. But for your sake, I'll tell you some. And then he tells so many opulences. And then he concludes, but what need is there for you to know about these opulences? And there is no need for all these detailed knowledge. With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe, entire creation, all the living beings. It is just, we cannot even comprehend. How amazing is that? That even as Srila Prabhupada was explaining in the purport, that the smallest person that we can see, says an ant, is also supported by Krishna, to the biggest living being on planet, and whether it is the sea animal, this whale or elephant or humans, anybody who is there. Everybody is actually based on Krishna's will, and Krishna supports them. And then in this question answer, what we learned is that in this whole opulence of the Absolute, the things that we do not even, it does not even come to our mind, especially if we are more engaged in the material platform. We translate every single thing in day-to-day activity as ability of me, I. Means it is I who has this capability and who is doing it. And Krishna also says that I am the ability in man. So that ability to do also comes from Krishna. So thinking that it is my ability is actually nothing. Because that ability itself is no one other than Krishna. There's so many things, small things that we never actually think of, which in today's world that people practice what is called mindfulness. That how do we become mindful? It's a corporate thing. It's there in the yoga centers, there in the communities, there. Pretty much everybody is trying to be mindful. We can understand this mindfulness in two ways. One is, what is taught externally, that, okay, be present, I'm there, and, think what is happening around you, and not make your mind run here and there. And the whole chapter 6 talks about that it's impossible to control mind. We get glimpses of controlling mind, but it's impossible to control mind. And if we look at from Bhagavad Gita perspective, really the mindfulness is defined in chapter 2 itself. Right at the beginning of the question answer, Krishna is directly addressing what is the meaning of being mindful. And that is described in verse number, if you go to chapter 2, several verses are there. I'll just take this verse number 13. Dehino ismin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantarah praptir dhiras tatra namoyate. As the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered by such a change. And so many other verses. And the mindfulness message that Krishna gives is that I am not this body. And if I can be actually mindful of that, then I can actually build the relationship with Krishna, because then that mindfulness tells me that I am the soul, not this body. And to get to that point, it takes a whole lot of practice, because we are so conditioned under the material energy that we constantly, even coming to the temple, even
I may be talking from Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna, please come in. We are having a discussion of Bhagavad Gita, so you can join. The altar will open shortly around 8 p.m. for the night darshan. So, in this process, just to make a point, because it is impossible at Krishna, this unlimited opulences, just to make a point so that we can become more mindful of who we are and who is Krishna. Krishna is also giving so many examples. I am the taste of water. And that allows us that we take a moment and sit down while drinking water and be mindful that let me taste, and this is Krishna. That is the easiest way to really reconnect with Krishna on our day-to-day life. He also gives an example. I am the fire in the body, with digestive fire. And there's something we never realize actually until we are sick, until we can digest the food. And then we start getting so many diseases, and then we say, oh my God, what is happening? What did I do? And then we go to the doctor. We have so many anti-acid medications, they don't work. And trust me, as Krishna says, birth, old age, disease and death are the 4 miserable situations that we go through. This whole digestive fire and the old age and disease, when it starts coming, it doesn't get better, no matter what we do. So the ability in man, Krishna says, I am the ability in man. Are we mindful of that when I am doing something? Even as I sit down in the Bhagavad Gita class right here, I'm sitting in this Vyasasana, you're sitting there. This ability is also given by Krishna. And if we can be mindful of that, then we can really reconnect. Because that is really the mindfulness. That I understand I am not this body. I understand the opulence of Krishna. I understand everything in me. My ability, what I call I did it or I am doing it, is nobody but Krishna has given that. Krishna says, I'm the ability in the singer, right? I'm the ability in a runner. I'm air. I'm that digestive fire. I'm pretty much anything that pervades around us is nothing but Krishna. I would love to have you because people are listening online. So if you do it without that, it's not fair to those people. I would love to have conversation. Thank you very much, Mataji. The light won't come, but yes, it is on.
Yeah, I'm still in baby learning process, but I say that as Krishna is all about acknowledging and gratifying, but it can't be. We can feel it, we can acknowledge it, and we can gratify it. So that itself is Krishna. But at the same time, Krishna also say that neither Deva Devi, neither anybody can feel me or see me. So that's also kind of contradicting.
Well, Srila Prabhupada and our parampara and gurus explains us to see something divine, we need to first understand the fundamental concept that I am not this body, I am divine. Starts from there, right? And then we have to work on getting that divine vision slowly by cleaning our heart, which is contaminated by these identities that I am this, I am this, I am this. We all have thousands of identities today. It could be work-related identities, it could be body-related, it could be capability-related, it could be possessions-related, thousands and thousands of identities that we carry with us. With those identities, we are not at a spiritual platform that we can have face-to-face conversation with the Lord. So that qualification is not there. It's like, if I take a gross example of that argument, during COVID time, we all agreed and realized there is some virus, many of us, right? Some people may not, but, and that was based on, were we able to see the virus? No, nobody actually saw it, except the qualified people using the qualified instruments. They could analyze and see and give us the knowledge. Now, if I want to see, I must get that qualification, those instruments and ability so that I can actually see. But within my realm of things, I was okay when some qualified scientists are telling me that this is the basis and here's the virus going to spread, stay 5-6 feet away, and so on. From that example, we can understand that to see Lord, we need those special eyes, we need those special qualification. And once we get that, those qualified people tell us, which is Guru and Guru Parampara, that Lord and you will be face to face. And that is why we chant, because chanting is the process of cleansing and bringing that capability to have face to face. But with these opulence, we see all the symptoms. We see everything, because now when we understand from this knowledge, we can see that actually it is not me who is doing it. And I have no capability of doing this. Because even my body is not mine. No matter how much I control, these 5 elements belongs to Krishna that body is made of, which is earth, water, fire, air and ether. And if that body belongs to Krishna, and I'm trying my hard not to get sick, I'm trying my hard not to get old, no matter how rich, how powerful, how great I am on this planet, I'm not able to stop that. So that is my capability. I can only desire. That is the only thing I have independent. But Krishna says you can desire. And rest of the things, when desires are manifested, the 3 modes of material nature, which is the mode of ignorance, mode of passion, and mode of goodness, takes over, which are none other than Krishna's energy, which really controls our activities based on our desires. We may say, oh, I'm desiring right now this to happen, but it's not happening. We have unlimited desires for which we have collected karmic reactions, birth after birth after birth. And each life is given certain reactions as part of something that we have to go through, which is what we call our fate, luck, etc. And so in this life, what we see as karmic reactions under the 3 modes of material nature is a result of our previous desires and karmas. And now, if we do not fix our desires, we are going to create more karmic reaction and more life. And so the idea and the understanding from our scriptures and this opulence chapter is that now we understand the opulence of the Lord. Now we know after this, everything that we see around us is nothing but Krishna. Then there is no question of I doing something. And once I understand, once I'm mindful of my identity, once I understand who am I am not this body, I am the soul. Once I reach at that platform, then we would be serving like Mataji there, who is just doing garland making, cleaning, everything what she's doing. These devotees here, everything they're doing is in the service of Krishna. Sorry, you were saying something, Prabhu.
No, I mean, the moment we shift our paradigm of soul or spiritual, there is no I. There is no material.
There is no I.
And then when
I is there in the context that I am the servant of Krishna. Not I as I am the doer. The soul is still independent, remember that. We still have independent identity as a soul. But the real I is, I am Satchidanand, that is soul. And my real identity is, I am the servant of Krishna, eternal servant of Krishna. Once I understand who is that, what is that real I, then there are no problems actually. All pains will go away completely. Pain of losing loved ones on material platform, right? Pain of losing things on material platform. pain of getting old. Because once I have this understanding that I am not this body, and I am actually the eternal servant of Krishna, I am that soul, then we will not lament on the material relationships, because I know that I will lose everybody. I know that I'm going to lose things, whatever I am creating. I know that I'm going to lose this body one day. So anything is in association with body actually gives us the pain. The pain really comes from what? When I'm not mindful that I'm the soul. Then what happens? Then I'm building these relationships of husband, wife on a material platform. Children, parent, my parent, children, my friends, my community. Then it goes to the next level of my country, right? Things like that. And that, when it is taken away in the course of time, it gives a lot of pain. But if we can understand that, yes, we have this body, yes, other person has this body, yes, that person is my parent, yes, that person is my spouse, children, community, or country, but in relation to Krishna, that everybody is a soul, and everybody is eternal servant of Krishna, and everybody has forgotten that is why they are there. And now that I have understood that everybody is servant of Krishna, let me help everybody to understand what is their identity. In that process, two things happen. Yes, they will leave the body. Yes, we will lose things. But we have this fundamental understanding that I am not this body, and hence all these people who are around also going to lose this body, but I am helping them to learn the true identity so they do not go through the same cycle of birth and death. And they're very, very clear. And so what happens now, we have helped that hungry and crying child who's crying the whole life, and we keep giving them these toys of relationship and things, but not giving them who is their eternal father. They will keep crying life after life. But as soon as we have them connect with that father, there is no crying anymore. They may lose the body, they may lose the things, but they are connected because eternally they are going to go back to Godhead. Yes. So that is the purpose of this knowledge. That is the purpose Krishna is telling these opulences, that we get our head straight. That, Baba, what are you doing? I can keep telling you everything, but what is the use of it? I already told you, I am the super soul sitting in your heart. I am in every atom. I am in everything that you see here, which is my energy. I am energizing everything.
But feeling itself is ego. Whether we feel love or hate, that itself is ego. The feeling itself is ego.
Feeling, yes, on a material platform.
Yeah, like aham or an ego,
Yeah.
that
So
itself.
it's called false ego. So remember, there are two. False ego. So our body is made of 8 elements. 5 we talked about. What are those 5? Take the mic. Take the mic.
Sorry.
Start from earth, which is the heaviest.
I'm still learning all this.
That's okay. Earth,
So, fire, air, earth,
water,
water,
Ether.
and ether. Okay.
space, right? These are 5 elements. This is the external body. Then there is subtle body. You talked about ego, right? So the subtle body is made of 3 elements. Mind, intelligence, and ego.
And the cause.
And what?
Cause.
Cause is your reactions which decides...
To trigger the consciousness.
Yes,
right?
consciousness, yes. So inside that is soul.
Yeah.
So 3 layers of the body, external body, 5 elements, subtle body, mind, ego, intelligence. Inside that is soul. So soul at the time of death travels with this subtle body to another body. And the subtle body in the mind carries all the impressions from this life and past lives. Mind is the reservoir of all the desires. So whatever we desire at the time of death, Krishna says, whatever you remember at the time of death, that leads to the next body. And then he says, Ant kale cha mamema, sparan muktava kalevara, meaning one who remembers me comes to me. And so, this mind, ego, intelligence that we talked about, this is where that ego is called the false ego, till the time we feel that I am this body, or my identities are in relation to this body, which could be even the title in my office. I am the CEO of this company and I feel that is my identity, or I am the father, that is my identity, or I am the proprietor of this house is my identity, or I am the owner of this car is my identity, or I have this six-pack body is my identity. Right? These are the identities we live with. And that is called false ego. So once with the knowledge that transforms, intelligence allows us to transform. Once with the knowledge comes an intelligence. Basically, my Guru Maharaj says that we have two dogs in our heart. Right? One is a good dog, one is a bad dog. And whoever we feed becomes stronger, and other one becomes weaker. So if we feed our mind more, mind and desires become stronger for sense gratification. But if we feed intelligence with the knowledge, then intelligence becomes stronger, which helps us understand and takes away this false ego into the real ego. That I am the soul, I am not this body. And that at that time we start behaving. It does not have to happen after I leave the body, because then really you don't have a way to learn. Since the body is gone, this human body is a vehicle given to us that allows us the learning. Because if we have a desire because of which we become animal, then we can't learn. That body, that vehicle is not designed for learning. That vehicle is only designed to enjoy certain desires. And so in this human body, we have this capability that I can learn. I can really become mindful. I can really understand what is the real ego. I can move from false ego platform to my real identity, and then I can actually behave in that mood. So the transformation has to happen while we have this body, not after we lose the body, because then we don't know where are we going to go. Any further comment, Prabhu?
That was kind of insightful. Thank you.
And so in this opulence chapter, now we understand from all the opulences that there is nothing in this creation that can exist independently without Krishna, including the demigods. Then it also talks about, some people say that, so it says from Brahma, the most gigantic entity, on down to the smallest ant, all are existing because the Lord has entered each and all and is sustaining them. Right? And then it also talks about another point, that there's a mission that regularly propounds that the worship of any demigod will lead to the supreme personality of God or the supreme goal. But worship of demigod is thoroughly discouraged herein, because even the greatest demigod like Brahma and Shiva represents only part of the opulence of the Supreme Lord. So it's not that we are saying that we have to disrespect them. We have to understand. It's very clearly Krishna explains multiple times, and Srila Prabhupada in his purport with references from other scriptures, that they are not same. Other than Lord Shiva, everybody is a jiva, the demigods. And they are also doing service to Krishna. And hence, because they have a special position, we respect them. Because they are definitely elevated. That is why they are demigod. And we are not. Not that we want to be demigod, but just giving a thought from this purport. But they are not Krishna. They are not God. They are not same as Krishna. And so, once we understand this point, we show the respect in the right way to everybody. It is actually very disrespectful. They feel very demigods will feel disrespectful when we equate them. Okay, everybody is same. You are same. It's like if I start saying that, hey, you came to temple. Thank you, Mr. President of United States of America. You feel that, what are you talking? And in case suppose you work in White House and I start equating you as president of the country, it will eventually feel very insulting that I am not, and you keep saying that again and again, and I don't know what to do. That is exactly what we do when we say that. So I'll conclude this with that after learning all the opulences that Krishna has described in this chapter and the previous chapter, I think one of the message I take it personally is that how do I become more mindful? How do I practice to be mindful that who am I and who is Krishna and what is my relationship with Krishna? If I can really be mindful of these three things, who am I, who is Krishna, and what is my relationship with Krishna, I think I will be very, very happy and grateful to all the knowledge, parampara, and all of you at the same time, because you came to this class, you interacted, and I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it for the insightful again.
Thank you. Do you have any comment, Prabhu? Would you like to say something? Okay. Well, thank you very much. And if nobody has question, I'm going to stop here. Vancha talpakaru bhesya kripa sindhu bhai vachapati tanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Anybody is coming for Kirtan? Rasika Rani? Okay.